Next question is like, I guess let's just keep going on being an entrepreneur. Mindset here is like, what does a typical day in the life look like for me? What does a week look like? So for me, like a literal day looks different every single day. I don't know if this part is part about being like an entrepreneur or just like maybe it's a college student thing too. When you pair those together, it goes crazy. Um, but some days, like today, I woke up at 8 a.m., went to church, ate some food, and set up this podcast. And I'm gonna go play basketball later, go to a basketball game, go to the library. That's a day. Another day, I'll wake up at literally like noon, hit some meetings, do some work, go to accounting, go to accounting class. Then have to communicate with some other entrepreneurs and like them coming in, having a meeting space. So for me, every single day looks different. But let's just give a typical day in the life. Typical day in the life maybe involves me waking up around 10 a.m. I usually have a class around that time, so try to go to that class. Be a college student though. If I don't go to that class, probably stay here, get some food, get some breakfast if I'm not in a rush. I have a little daily routine, actually, where I get up, do this stretch where I like kind of like go to my side and like lift my hands in the air. I do 10 push-ups and I do 10 like it's like this back stretch, like hip thrust type of thing. It's kind of interesting. But I usually do that like first thing in the morning, brush my teeth, yada yada. But yeah, I'm off to like making breakfast and like I'm trying to get really just into doing work like almost immediately as I wake up. I don't really have like a super like routine to get into like deep work or like some people have like a meditative state they get into where they can just like focus or like they do something and then they can just focus. For me, it's not like that at all. I'm just like, probably because there's so much going around in my head. I'm just like, okay, like I need time to like figure out what to even do. It's like a whole thing. But yeah, so after I kind of figure out what I want to do for the day, I really start attacking it the best I can. And like sometimes I'll have like a little mental gap between like, okay, I need to do this before I do this, like the order of operations, right? And that just happens with everyone. Like if you have a class at this time, probably should do the thing you have to later. That's not time dependent at a later time. But yeah, I just be doing stuff sometimes. I like to use Notion. I live in Notion. If you guys have not used Notion, I promise it's not like a sponsorship. Even though it'd be dope or a shout out or anything. Maybe in the future. But Notion is amazing. It's like my second brain. I use it to daily journal. I'm a big daily journaler. Getting my thoughts out. It kind of helps me start my process in the day sometimes, or just get out some expressive thoughts I want to get out. Big daily journaler. I'm big into using it to like organize my life and like my tasks. So like my business stuff's on there, my school stuff's on there. Just writing down notes and like organizing so it's keeping links, resources, a lot of online stuff like intact. I like to set monthly things that we need to do, weekly things, and then now daily things. Those are still a work in progress. Those are always getting updated and changed, but Notion is literally like amazing. So if you guys have not used Notion before, please check that out. It will quite literally change your life. I'm on day like 230 something of journaling. And it's amazing. Like changed my life for sure. I can't wait to look back on things. Like with that, you can kind of look back on things and realize like, wow, like I did this or that. Like I was thinking this or that way. And I'm kind of getting sidetracked here, but Notion's amazing. And then, yeah, I have like 12 credits right now. I have a good amount of classes. And with that, I spend a lot of time doing things outside of school that maybe other people don't do. I don't know. I study sometimes, but a lot of times I'm studying like a day or two before the exam. I'm going to classes sometimes, most of the time. Still working on that, but like being like just doing so many other things. Like even this right now, this is not for a class. This is not for school. This is like my own business, my own project, right? And so I don't really consider this classwork, because it's literally not. So I found myself doing a lot of side missions. I've done some modeling in the past as a side mission, filmed some videos. I was doing a little bit more like photography. Sometimes I'm playing basketball. So as I said, my life can look really different depending on the day. And a lot of it's like built into like projects based. So like right now I'm working on this podcast project this is I see like going long term, right? So it's gonna be an integral part of my thing, kind of like journaling is. But for example, if I have a class, mostly that's usually when things like semester based. So some projects are more semester based. The winter breaks are different than the summer breaks. I had an internship last summer in Atlanta, Georgia, which is really interesting. Went to the South for the first time, and I've never been to the South before. And I was like, whoa, like not only is it hot down here, but like, is this like the light skin capital of the world? Like, what's going on? There's a lot of different people. This is a perfect time to talk about this. So look at me, like, who am I? Like, what do I even look like? Recent ambiguous, what's going on with my hair? It's like an afro, like, what's going on? Yeah, I'm mixed, black and white. So what does that mean? It means I'm multiracial. It means that Bobby, no, that's something my roommate would say, Bobby biracial logic, who's also mixed black and white. But yeah, I'm mixed black and white. My dad is Jamaican. My mom is Polish.